Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everybody's doing well. So as you can tell from the title of today's video, today we're going to be talking about Black History Month, and my plan was to actually do this video in October because that is when Black History Month is celebrated here in the UK, but unfortunately I was unable to, so I figured I'll just wait till February, which is when Black History Month is celebrated in America, to talk to you guys about this. So if you do want to hear my views and my opinions on Black History Month, then please do sit back, relax, get comfortable with a nice drink or some food, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of the video. When it comes down to Black History Month, there is one distinctive memory that I will never forget, and it was in year 4. I believe I was 8 or 9. Are you 8 or 9 in year 4? I don't really remember, but I was roughly around that age. And I remember Miss Christian, my year 4 teacher, actually sent us work to do over the October half term, which was to do a booklet on somebody special that we thought was very special and significant in Black history. And I done 2 booklets because I've always just been extra from day one, to be honest. I done one on Martin Luther King Jr. and I also done one on Mahatma Gandhi. I know some people can argue that Mahatma Gandhi was not actually black and that he was Indian, but I done Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi. And I remember after finishing that booklet, I was super excited. And I kind of feel like as the years have gone on, the importance of Black History Month is not really being recognized as much as it should be. I am a history geek. I love history so much, so the history geek in me is going to come out in this video. And 2, I tend to fumble, but I'm going to try and not fumble in this video because I know this is a very sensitive topic to some. So when it comes down to it, I feel like one reason as to why this has happened, and something that is to be blamed, is the curriculum system here in the UK. And I can only talk about the curriculum system here in the UK because obviously that is the only place where I actually have studied. But I do definitely believe that we are forced to learn about so many things. We're forced to learn about the World War I and the World War II, and some people may argue that it's only right that we learn about the history of our country, but there's so many other things that we learn about. And I am going to say forced because if you don't learn it, you're not passing the exam. So we're forced to learn about this type of stuff. And I feel like when it comes down to it, with the type of country that we find ourselves in, when there's such a diverse range of people and there's so many different ethnicities and there's so many different backgrounds and there's so many different cultures, there are some things that the curriculum systems and that exam boards miss out when they write up the modules that we have to learn, when they write up about the syllabuses that we have to learn. And that itself is a problem. I was very lucky enough to learn about slavery in GCSE. I done GCSE history, and we learned about it in the last term of year 11, and we were able to watch Roots. We were able to kind of see a visual image of what slavery looked like, from people being taken from their villages, from their countries, to people being thrown on ships, to diseases spreading at the speed of lightning. So many things. And some parts of history in lessons and stuff, they don't teach that. Some curriculums don't teach that, and I think that is a very big problem. And I'm kind of over history books, and I'm kind of over syllabuses and the way they kind of just, I would say, disregard Black history sometimes. Some people argue that, you know, the Holocaust is the biggest mass murder to ever take place in history. And on top of that, it's definitely something that people should know about and also learn about. But what about the Martha? Many people don't know what the Martha is, and that is actually the African Holocaust. Many people don't know about that type of history. And is it like why is something deemed as being more important than something else when at the end of the day lives were lost? And I know some people can argue that it's only right that we learn about what we learn about, because if we start picking and choosing what we're going to learn from different countries, then maybe everybody will have a say that their country's history is important. But I do believe that with something like slavery, it's not spoken about enough. It's really not. And I think that's pretty worrying. Not many people know about it. Not many people know about it. And if that is how history is now, as to people not knowing about it now, in a couple of years, it's very likely that people will never, like children will never be able to learn about it in schools. I'm not really sure about the ideas that I have surrounding Black History Month in a sense. I do definitely believe that Black History Month is important and it is something that needs to be celebrated, and that our ancestors and that people before us who made so many changes and who have influenced the way society runs now because of their views, because of their beliefs, because of their values. I do definitely believe that it is something that should be recognised. However, I do not think that it should necessarily be bottled down to just being 1 month. I feel like it's something that should be celebrated all year round, because sometimes it may be a thing where from October the 1st, Black History, from October the 31st, Black History, the 2nd is November the 1st, That's it. I kind of feel like it's something that should be celebrated all year around. It's something that should be recognized every single day. It's something that should be recognized daily, and something that should be celebrated daily as well. I also feel like people should not just narrow down slavery to being Black history, because slavery is not Black history. Slavery interrupted Black history. So many Black people have contributed to this world in so many ways, and some parts of history tries to water that down, and some parts of history doesn't even bother to teach us about, you know, about these things. And that's a problem. That I think that is a very big problem. So the next thing that I'm going to address, I feel like definitely ties in with what I want to say about Black history and about Black History Month and stuff. I was kind of over the whole Raven Simone, you know, like comments and stuff that, you know, was made last year and, you know, times before that. I was really over it. But when I watched the Stacey Dash interview, my head literally was just like, film, as in it just went. She made very interesting comments about there shouldn't be a BET Awards and it shouldn't be Black History Month and all of that type of stuff because it creates segregation. The BET Awards and BET channels and Asian channels and Telemundo and all these types of channels which are able to cater to different ethnicities and to different backgrounds and different cultures, I think are very important. They weren't created out of boredom. They were created because mainstream media did not show their cultures or did not show their country or did not show their background on television. So the whole point of them making these channels and making these stuff is so that they are able to cater. And they said, you know what, if you're not going to show this, then we're going to do it our way. We're going to show this our way. And I love the fact that they have done that, one, and two, that they are able to create a platform for younger people to kind of look up to. At the end of the day, if I'm a young girl and I'm able to look on TV and see someone that looks like me, it will motivate me as a young girl to aspire to be like that person, to aspire to reach higher goals, to aspire to become a better person in the next 10-20 years. And I feel like that's what those channels do. To bottle down this whole video, yes, I do believe Black History Month is important. Yes, I do not believe it is spoken about enough in the education system, here in the UK at least. Yes, I do believe that we should have different channels which cater to different ethnicities and different cultures. And yes, I disagree with everything Stacey Dash said in that interview. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy this video. I want to know if any of you have your personal thoughts and ideas on Black History Month. If you agree with anything I say, please feel free to leave it down below. If you disagree with anything I said, please feel free to leave it down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy this video, this little mini history lesson. So yeah, thank you, and I will speak to you in my next video. Bye!